All right. This is gonna be a fun video. So, ladies and gentlemen, this here is LG's first 240 Hz, 1 millisecond response time IPS gaming monitor. Up until now, I've been stuck on a measly peasant 144 Hz monitor back at home. So this is actually gonna be the first time that I'm gonna be trying out a 240 Hz monitor. So a couple of days ago, I went on my Twitter account to find out what refresh rate monitors you guys are using. And to my surprise, there's still a lot of people stuck on 60 Hz displays. What was more interesting, however, is that a lot of people have already jumped over to 144 Hz, and a small percentage has already leaped straight to 240 Hz. So yeah, I'm kind of curious, but mostly excited to see what the difference is like switching over from 144 Hz to a 240 Hz monitor. I want to know if there's a noticeable difference and is it even worth upgrading. But before we get into that, let's review the monitor. Stop paying full price for Windows 10 CD keys, you guys. You can pick one up for only $13 on yourcdkey.com. Just make sure to use my code to get that extra 20% off. Links in the description. So the design of the G9750 stays true to LG's Ultra Gear gaming lineup. We got super thin, three-sided bezels, an aggressive triangular base design with red accents all around. Nothing really new here. The construction of the stand is made out of all plastic and it's not as sturdy as I expected. There's definitely lots of play at medium height. However, if you raise the monitor to the top, it becomes more noticeable. The stand does give you a good amount of height adjustability as well as tilt. However, you don't get any swivel adjustment. You can also rotate the monitor a full 90 degrees, but you can only do this in one direction. However, you can dish the stand altogether and mount it since it is VESA compatible as well. The monitor comes with an HDMI, DisplayPort, and a USB pass-through cable, as well as a hook to help out with cable management in the back. You also get a good amount of port selection in the back. A couple of HDMI, a single DisplayPort, you get your USB pass-through, and 2 additional USB 3 ports. Accessing the menu is done through a joystick located on the bottom of the monitor. And through here, you have access to the adaptive sync option and black stabilizer, which basically adjusts the black saturation levels to make dark images stand out better in dark scenes. You know, before all of this gaming IPS monitor hype, gamers used to use TN panels to achieve their super high refresh rates. And we all know the cons of TN panels: subpar color reproduction and horrible viewing angles. But that doesn't seem to be the case anymore because now we can get the best of both worlds. We're starting to see a lot of high refresh rate IPS gaming monitors being released in the market, and this one from LG is no exception. Excellent viewing angles with incredible vivid colors that makes every scene pop. I mean, the color reproduction on here is among the best I've seen in other similar spec monitors. So on every monitor video I do on the channel, I always test these 4 things: white saturation, black levels, motion blur, and of course the backlight bleed test. And the LG monitor passed most of them with flying colors. We got great white saturation levels. For the black level test, all squares from top to bottom are distinguishable, and this is with factory settings, by the way. I didn't find any ghosting or corona artifacts present for the motion blur test. However, there is some backlight bleed in the corners, more specifically on the top left corner, which is definitely noticeable during dark scenes. When it comes to color accuracy, the monitor excels in sRGB, covering 100% of its color gamut, but only covers 78% of Adobe RGB. So if you're a content creator and you use the sRGB color space, then this monitor would be great for color sensitive work. However, if you're a professional working with Adobe RGB color space, then you will need to find another monitor. All right, so let's hook this up to Modern Warfare and see if I can tell the difference. All right, let's do this. So before I actually launch the game, I want to switch back down to 144 Hz, just so I can feel the difference switching back to 240. So here we go. So now we're on 144 Hz. Let's launch the game and see the difference. All right, let's do this. By the way, if you guys play Modern Warfare as well, feel free to add me in game. I'll drop my gamer tag somewhere on the screen. So I mean, I can definitely tell this is 144 Hz. Oh, nice try. Oh, okay. Someone's up here. Yeah, That's how you clear house, baby. All right, so I think I had enough on 144 hertz. Let's switch this to 240. Still alive, okay. Whoa, okay. Immediately I noticed how snappy it is, how responsive everything is. Oh yeah, it's definitely noticeable. Wow. Yes. So I can definitely say this, that I'm really bad at aiming. Another thing I can say is that the difference... Let me kill this guy first. And then... Oh! No. That was so bad. Anyways, what I was trying to say is the difference is not as noticeable switching from 60 to 144, but you can definitely tell. Like it is still noticeable. One thing I've also noticed is that my aim is slightly more accurate. Like I can almost tell where the crosshair is gonna land. If I can use an analogy, I guess I would say this. Let's say all these years you've been using rubber, right? And let's say rubber is 144 hertz in this example. I mean, it still feels good and you still have a good time. It gets the job done and you leave satisfied. Because it feels good to play on a higher refresh rate monitor. And then you switch over to 240 hertz. The rubber comes off. Now it feels amazing. Things are more sensitive, you're lasting longer because you're a better gamer, and you're not dying as quick. And of course, you're getting more kills. Hell, you might even keep playing after your match is done because that's how great it feels. That's what it feels like playing on a 240 hertz monitor. So should you buy a 240 hertz monitor, specifically the LG monitor? Well, if you have the money, and this is very important by the way, if you have a capable PC of pushing around 240 FPS consistently, then I say making the jump is absolutely worth it. But if you're stuck on 60 hertz and you don't necessarily have the money to burn, then honestly, I would just say pick up a 144 hertz monitor and call it a day. That is gonna be more than enough to keep you satisfied. I feel like the 240 hertz tier are for people who want the absolute best gaming experience, no matter the cost. But whatever you do, please take this advice. Don't buy any high refresh rate monitors if your PC can't handle it. I've seen this so many times where people are using budget PCs that barely push 60 FPS on Minesweeper and they're gaming on 140 Hz monitors. Don't be that guy. As far as the LG monitor, it's a shame about the backlight bleed and the quality of the stand, but overall I think it's a great monitor. And this is honestly the best you can get right now in the market in terms of specs. 240 Hz panel, 1 millisecond response time, IPS, G-Sync, color accuracy, all that stuff. This is currently the best in the market, at least until 300 Hz panels start coming out. But honestly, if you don't care about the viewing angles and the color accuracy and all that nonsense, you can buy a cheaper 240 Hz monitor on a TN panel for less than $300. Ultimately, it comes down to how much you're willing to spend to get that gaming experience you've always wanted. I'll drop a link to the monitor down below if you guys want to check it out. Feel free to drop a like if you guys enjoyed the video and consider subscribing because I do have a top 5 144 Hz gaming monitors under $200 coming out very soon. A lot of you guys actually requested this. I love you beautiful faces. As always, I will see you in the next video.